Well, well, well. It took over a year, ladies and gentlemen. But we here on the Pokemon Masters Council have confirmed that there is now finally the first Speedster in Unite in over 12 months. Dodrio's coming to the game. Zero, say what's up, buddy. How do you think about this burb? Kanto rep.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I have to say, I don't know why it took them so long, first of all, and I also don't know why it's Dodrio. I'm sort of excited. I don't play Speedsters or melee characters, and I don't know why they picked Dodrio over many other options, but
Sceptile.
Here it is. Sceptile. Yeah, dude, yeah, okay, there we go, Sceptile. But here it is.
But shout out to Spork Ninja. Dougie's super excited. He loves this little burb, and he had a special shout out, a little bit of trivia, because it's got the tan necks, not the black ones. This is actually a female Dodrio.
Hey, he's a gentleman and a scholar. When
yeah,
it comes to
he knows
Pokemon.
his stuff. He's a big fan of this burb. So
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about it today. So obviously it is Doduo Dodrio. We don't have all the info in terms of level up and evolution and stuff like that yet, but no problemo. We can work without that, right?
Right.
So this is the new Speedster, and beep beep, we got Roadrunner. And it's passive. I don't know what it's called, but it might as well be called Roadrunner. This Pokemon's movement speed increases when opposing Pokemon are nearby. So all you gotta do is just be near enemies and you're faster.
Sick.
While the Pokemon is moving, its sprint gauge charges. So while it's moving around, it has like an ammo system that it builds up. When its sprint gauge is full, he starts sprinting. And he moves faster. He becomes in like sprint mode.
Okay.
If the Pokemon's movement speed decreases below a set amount, the sprint gauge will rapidly deplete. So you have to stay moving to keep it up, basically.
Okay.
Pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
If you're moving around, you move faster. It's basically, and if the enemy's around, you move faster. Basically, is what it is. When Doduo, this is the interesting part. This is the second part of the passive that I think is actually potentially really, really, really good. They have a special, unique scoring, Zero, because they have multiple heads. They split up their gold and deposit them individually.
Oh, no.
When Doduo scores a goal, it evenly divides its collected Eos energy in two portions and deposits them into the goal one at a time.
Oh, no.
So 2 separate small scores of 25 rather than one big one of 50. You know what that means.
Oh, no. So people are going to run Eos cookie and Eos attack weight, and oh my god.
So you get double scoring for stacking items. It means you get to score. It's going to be harder to interrupt because you only have to, get in the 25.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Do you see what I mean? There's potential here.
Wow.
We don't know that for a fact, but that's potentially what it sounds like.
So here's the thing. Okay. I hope to balance this, are they going to give him a really crappy attack stat because people have to do stacking items?
I'm not sure.
Because you have to run a stacking item, guaranteed.
And then after Doduo evolves to Dodrio, it does the same thing, but it splits it into 3 portions and scores 3 separate times.
Okay. All right. Well,
pretty sick, huh?
Stacking items. Yeah, that's cool. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the mechanic.
Yeah, this is fun.
It's fun.
I like this.
Boosted autos, baby. So basic attacks become a boosted attack with every third attack, just like normal, dealing consecutive blows with the user's heads. So just a bunch of pecks, right? If the user's dash gauge is full, I think that one's supposed to be the sprint gauge. Or maybe he has 2 gauges, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just a translation error, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I want to point that out, that it says dash gauge. Maybe there's 2 separate mechanics, I'm not sure. But it says when the gauge is full and hits an opponent, I'm assuming that's the sprint gauge, though. So from now on, we'll just call it sprint gauge. When the sprint gauge is full and it hits an opposing Pokemon with a basic attack, the user's move cooldowns are reduced.
Sweet.
So you get cooldown reduction if you're at full sprint mode. So if you're full Roadrunner, you just get everything. Also, when the user's gauge is full, its basic attacks have it charge in the direction it's moving and consume all of the sprint gauge. So you can't just keep doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's kind of like Aegislash, where his boosted auto becomes a dash.
Yes.
It's like that. But it's only when your sprint gauge is full.
Okay.
Starting off, you see Doduo on the screen for people that can see the picture. Looks pretty cute.
Adorable.
This is Peck. Not really much to talk about other than the fact that it fully consumes the sprint gauge. So this sounds like a Glaceon or Buzzwole kind of mechanic, doesn't it, Zero?
Yeah, it does.
Basically, it moves forward, jabbing with the beaks. When the sprint gauge is full, it says it instead charges forward while jabbing the beak. So maybe it goes farther or faster.
Yeah, maybe just like some more, yeah.
Because the first one says move forward, and the second one said instead charges forward.
Yeah. So
and then the move fully consumes
hit multiple enemies too, or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. Then the other base move on Dodrio is Quick Attack. Super cool, right? Thematic.
Yeah.
Has the user dash forward, increasing its own movement speed for a short time and dealing damage. So it's just a nice dash with a move speed buff. This move's cooldown is reduced if it hits opposing Pokemon.
Okay,
great.
I like it.
Yeah. So, there's nothing bad about that at all. That's great.
Yeah, this is not the same level as Mew.
No, this is this is what I want for the game.
Yeah, something balanced. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So Peck has 2 evolutions like normal. Or at least that's what it is formatted here. It could change in the future, but it looks like Peck evolves into Tri-Attack.
Okay.
Or Drill Peck.
Sweet.
What do you think of those options?
Perfect. That's Dodrio stuff there.
Exactly. Dude. They did a great job. So Tri-Attack, it basically attacks in a cone in front of it with its heads, dealing damage to Pokemon, and applying one of the random effects. Okay? So there's 3, it's like Effect Spore.
Yeah.
So when you use Tri-Attack, one of these 3 things can happen. And it's completely RNG. The person hit or people hit have their attack and damage decreased. So it looks like attack and special attack are decreased for a short time. Decrease their attack speed for a short time.
Okay, that's probably the worst one.
Or decrease their movement speed for a short time.
That is the best one.
Yeah. When the user's sprint gauge is full, so that's the normal Tri-Attack. But if his sprint gauge is full, he instead shoots 3 projectiles. So the first Tri-Attack, he's literally hitting with his head, like the picture shows.
Yep.
If his gauge is full, he uses the Tri-Attack the way we're used to seeing it, which is where it's like a projectile move. It's a shooting move. And it does the same thing. It's random. It shoots either a red beam, a yellow beam, or blue beam, exactly what we would expect. And in a designated direction, if the projectile hits an opposing Pokemon, the projectile deals damage and applies one of the aforementioned effects based on its color. So we could probably assume that, maybe red is the attack one, yellow is the attack speed, and blue is whatever, right? It's something like that.
Yeah, this is a cool idea. I think the RNG of it might hurt its
100%.
Overall use.
Because it's just not reliable.
Right.
After this move is used, the user's next basic attack deals additional damage and restores his own HP, heals himself. A maximum of 2 uses can be kept in reserve for this move, so it's got an ammo system. And then the user's next basic attack, after using the move, heals more if it's upgraded. And then when his sprint gauge is full, it also reduces its cooldown if you use it while the sprint gauge is full. So, pretty good stuff.
All right. Yeah, we're off to a good start here.
Drill Peck has a user move forward, so it looks like just Peck, move, and dash, or whatever is the 2 different moves, 2 different wordings again. So same kind of thing. Yep. This is basically just upgraded Peck. When the user's sprint gauge is full, dashes forward and hits with multiple beaks, multiple times, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon, it hits, and shoving them.
Cool. So we got a little bit of CC as well as
really nice.
As well as damage.
Yep. Using this move fully consumes its own sprint gauge. It's just like Peck.
Okay.
Reduces its own cooldown if it's upgraded, and if it hits Pokemon, it heals itself while it's upgraded. So it's got some built-in lifesteal.
Yeah, it's interesting. He's got a lot of that.
Yeah, quite a bit of it.
Eos Cookie Dodrio meta coming?
Here's what I wanted. This is the number 1 request that I had, and they basically gave it to me on a silver platter. A Speedster, and he's got agility.
Okay, let's go.
Fits perfect. I love the picture, by the way. He looks great in game.
Yeah, he does.
Remove all status conditions from himself. So it's a cleanse.
Sick.
Full
That's
heal.
Sick.
Fully charge its sprint gauge. And then afterwards, the user movement speed increases for a short time. And the sprint gauge charges faster during that duration.
Okay, this seems like an auto include.
Yeah, this seems great. Like, it's literally Ghost from League of Legends. Like, that's the summoner spell. It's, you know how we say flash for eject button?
Yeah.
This is Ghost.
I think the cooldown will determine just how much of an auto include it is. However, I do feel like this is something that you can't really go without.
Yeah, the upgraded version is the one that fully charges the sprint gauge. The other one, it just charges it maybe some.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, that's legit, right? That's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is the weird one. It's not even high jump kick. Just regular old jump kick.
Just jump kick. Come on now.
Has the user leap forward while kicking if it does a bicycle kick like Liu Kang. If it makes contact with opposing Pokemon or an obstacle, it leaps over it and then stomps the ground when it lands. So it'll do like a pogo, like Mario and Luigi. They'll bounce on someone's head and then land over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're doing that.
Cool.
And then when it lands, it'll do AoE by slamming on the ground. The AoE from slamming on the ground is a slow. Deals damage and slows. So you could just theoretically, depending on, what it looks like when we actually get our hands on it, you could theoretically, like this Lucario in the picture, just land right on top of him and do double hit right on the same poke. Or it might be like Buzzwole, where it's a set distance, you have to jump away.
Yeah, I'm going to assume they're going to let you kind of choose where you land, kind of like a Blaze Kick now. Like,
but the fact that you can leap off of terrain is what I think is really, 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 really cool. And I know agility was already busted, but this is a great option if you can just jump off walls and jump off terrain, because it says make contact with an obstacle.
Yeah.
So you could jump off of Icicle Crash from Mammo. You know what I mean? There's a lot of mobility tricks here. That's really cool.
Yeah, there is.
If if the move makes contact with opposing Pokemon or an obstacle, his sprint gauge charges up a little bit. If this move makes contact with an opposing Pokemon, its cooldown is reduced. So you want to be jumping off Pokemon's heads, basically. You want to be Mario.
Okay. And you're not completely giving up on your sprint gauge recharge, because this gives you a little bit of that if you're...
Correct.
Okay, so
and then the upgrade, when the user stomps the ground after leaping, so after he jumps off their head and hits the ground with the slow, opposing Pokemon in the AoE are also left unable to act. So instead of a slow, it becomes a stun.
Okay, so these are both pretty good options.
It's good options. Good mobility, good CC, and you know what I mean, just good options. You could do jump kick plus drill peck and be like a tank Dodrio.
Yeah. I like this. I like this a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so this is one that makes me really excited. I'm going to show a little clip on screen right now in post-editing. That's Kled from League of Legends. That is a Yordle, so same race as Teemo. And he rides a big chocobo. And this is his ultimate, basically. So, you see how there's a target direction on the map?
Oh, yeah.
Basically, what happens is you're going to be able to, as Dodrio or Kled in League, you basically pick a point on the map, and then your character will just, start charging. Dun, 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 dun. He literally blows a trumpet in League, because he's a cavalry guy, right? And he, charge, and he just, towards that target direction, towards the AoE that you pick out. And then, basically, if it makes contact with opposing Pokemon while running, it deals damage to them and throws them into the air. When the user arrives at the designated area, its attack increases for a time, and it gets a shield. Also, the sprint gauge charges faster for a short time.
Okay,
so it's CC. Fun. So it's just a train coming through and just knocking everybody up in the air, just bowling pins flying everywhere. And then afterwards, he just gets a crazy good Unite buff and a shield.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is the kind of fun that I kind of expect from most new characters, not the oppressiveness that Mew is going to bring to the game.
Yeah, I'm really excited to try this out. We can't wait to show you more details and maybe get some numbers. Again, what level it evolves, stuff like that. Definitely looks like it's going to be a jungler, but it could lane because of some of the tricks that it has. It might actually be a laner.
Yeah, time will tell.
Alrighty, that's going to wrap it up for this burb. Until next time, I've been Justin.
No, I'm Zero.
Council's adjourned.